All right, I think it's time we talked about it, y'all. I think it's time we get into chapter 102. I gotta make sure I reiterate that. Chapter 102 of Gachiakuta. Now, y'all know that I think it's for the next 2 weeks. Kyudana's going on break. Make sure y'all rest up, get y'all well-needed break because we got a lot of stuff going on, bro. It was a lot of stuff going on in chapter 102, and we're gonna get to that in just a second, but I kind of need to let you guys know that over the course of the next 2 weeks, we're gonna be doing things differently. We're going to be releasing different Gachiakuta type videos, I should say. Gonna be doing character profiles, 10 things you should know, or I should just say things you should know about insert character. We're gonna be doing all of that, right? That's one of the most important things that we're gonna be doing. And next week, I believe it's next week is Anime Expo, and I'm hoping they're going to be live streaming the Bones panel because we're gonna be watching it over at twitch.tv/DomoSenpai TV. I may try to do a dual stream on YouTube. Don't know how that works. Actually, you know what? No, because I might get DMCA'd on YouTube. It's happened before, so I don't think I'm gonna do that. But we're gonna be doing a whole bunch of different things, bro. We have to watch that panel because we might actually get like the legitimate PV, right? Like the actual trailer for the Gachiakuta anime. And hopefully that's the case. That would be sick. But also, if you're going to Anime Expo and you're a Gachiakuta fan, make sure y'all let me know, right? Make sure y'all let me know so that way we can coordinate some things. And if they give out anything that's potentially sick as I'll pay for shipping, right? I'll pay for shipping, bro. Or unless y'all just want to send it to me, you know what I'm saying? Shipping might be cheap, you know what I mean? I'd appreciate that. But anyways, now with all of that out of the way, we got to talk about chapter 102, bro, because it's a few things that transpired in this chapter that we got to talk about that are very important, right? Obviously, Rudo rescuing Ryo from certain death. That was big. Rudo's growth. We're going to talk about that. That's going to be like the biggest chunk of this chapter, Rudo's growth. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Kuro having some stuff up his sleeve and just what might be in that box, right? That box is super important because I don't know what's in there. You know what I mean? And we even got Zodil still looming in the abyss, bro. Still looming in the trees and shit. Zodil and Momoa are out there doing something, bro. We don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. And obviously the plan that Follow came up with for him and Rudo to actually take on Kuro and basically end the game. Anyways, man, my name is DomoSenpai. I am the Gachiakuta guy, the Kagurabachi guy. We're going to be getting back on that since Gachi's going on break and whatnot. We're going to really need to talk about that. There's been a lot of good stuff going on in Kagurabachi. I have a video planned for Kagurabachi with Dynamic Weeb. Hopefully that goes through. If not, it is what it is. But if y'all are new to the channel, man, make sure y'all pull up, subscribe, let everybody know where you're from, let everybody know that you're a Gachi fan, because we are on the road to 10K, bro. We are almost there, right? We are almost there. I'd really appreciate it if we get there because, like I said, that opens up a lot of doors and different avenues for your boy. So now that we got all of that out of the way, let's actually get into this video. First off, man, let's talk about the heroic moment when Rudo rescues Ryo, bro. That was big for me. That was super big for me because the stakes were high. I thought he was gonna bash her head like even more into the ground. You know what I mean? The big beast. I thought he was gonna bash her head into the ground. I was definitely worried there. But Rudo showcasing his bravery and quick thinking led into one of the most important moments in this manga. And I like the way that Kyudana illustrated this moment because it showed like how fast Rudo was going to save her. legit had me on the edge of my seat, bro. I was flabbergasted because what this leads to is a moment that I hope people learn from. It's the self-reflection of Rudo that always makes me happy because we get to see him grow. And the progression of his character has never looked more prominent than it did in this moment, right? Because Gris was impressed. Gris seen that Rudo went to save her, got her out of there, and took her right to him. You know what I mean? And even in this moment, right, Rio is still able to breathe and talk, but you know, she's got like broken ribs and all of that stuff. And Rudo tells Gris like, yo, could you get Rio out of no man's land for me? And Gris sees it. He's like, look, Rudo, don't blame yourself for this again. This isn't your fault. But Rudo realizes this is something that you see in a lot of protagonists whose growth always is immense, because Rudo understands that this goes back to what he said before, right? It goes back to what he said before about they wouldn't be in this situation if I wasn't here. Because they're following along on my whims, right? Trying to figure out a way to get information on getting back above. And he says, it is my fault. That's a fact. But I'm not the kid who used to just sit in a corner, open about life anymore. I kicked that kid's ass. That was so sick to me. It's like, wow. Acceptance, right? Accepting all that is going on, accepting who you are, accepting your current situation, realizing that while it isn't necessarily your fault, you do have a role in all of what's going on here. Obviously the biggest role because he's the main character, but more so like I accept all that comes with what we're doing. And now I just have to be calm, cool, and collect when moving through these situations. And it's so sick, right? You see his growth. Remember anytime like some serious stuff popped off, he would always lose his edge when he beat up Amo knowing he needed information, right? Y'all remember that? This is a complete 180, right? He's not looking for revenge. He's just trying to get from point A to point B. And I really, really like that. And this was a little misleading as well. I like this part because when he says, now I just have to go beat up the other guy, and he gets to explaining, it makes it sound like he's talking about Zodil a little bit, you know? But he was talking about Kuro because he's figured out his plot. But there was somebody else there who was looking to make a change. Rudo wasn't the only one. Follow. And again, I love seeing characters like grow from who they were, because y'all remember when Gris talked about Follow and like all the things he was going through, all of the things that he wanted to accomplish as a supporter. Y'all remember that when he saved him from those trash beasts when they first went on that expedition where Rio was showing him the ropes? I think that was the case. Seeing him actually say like, I want to try too, right? I'm a supporter. I'm part of the cleaners too. It's so sick seeing things like this. It makes me incredibly, incredibly happy. But this is where things get even more sick, right? Because we see Rudo and Follow pull up. This is where we should have knew something was up, because, I mean, like, look at Rudo's arms, right? You look at the arms, that's not Rudo, dog. Them arms are too big. They're too defined to be Rudo. But I digress. I think Engine realized it as well, right? I think Engine realized it as well, because he was like, ah. Things get a little interesting here because it seemed like Kuro was going in the water. He goes inside of the beast and pulls out this thing. I don't know what it was, but I want to know if this is what was controlling the beast. That might be what this is. It might be like how we saw the Jinky inside of that one trash beast that we killed, that, you know, because it was created by somebody. I wonder if this is that same case, and it makes me think like the experiment that Zodil did, putting all those Jinkies into the heart of that one trash, the core of that one trash beast is what led to this. You know, it's kind of reminding me of it. But this is what was so cool, because Kuro says something really interesting. He says, but it had to be done. That's the role I have to play. So he's playing a role, right? What role? Who is he playing a role for? I thought that was very interesting and very telling of where this is gonna go until Rudo and Follow pull up on Kuro. I was like, oh yeah, it's going down. It's happening. We are finally about to get what we want. And then Kuro thought he was smart, right? He says, but the thing is, I'm safe until Rudo captures me. So I'll run towards Follow, all to get punched, got socked up, and then we realized that this was Rudo. He said Follow's plan was perfect. You totally fell for it. I am Rudo. And don't you dare think we're gonna let you leave just because the game is over. And this is like the most fucked up thing, bro, is the fact that we were left on this cliffhanger. Zodil is still looming. Momoa is still out there. We're gonna get the information now. We don't know if he's gonna give it to us here and in this form. We don't know what's about to happen, bro. And we're on break for like 2 weeks, dog. We're on break for 2 weeks. This is gonna be the most painful 2 weeks I've ever experienced for Gachi, because like there's so many questions in my head that I need answered, and we're not gonna get them answered for 2 weeks. And then not only that, whatever chapter we get next is going to add to the conversation. I'm telling y'all, bro, this is gonna be one of the most grueling 2 weeks, unless we get a trailer next week at Anime Expo, right? Unless we get an actual trailer next week at Anime Expo. Unless we get VAs announced and all of that stuff. Oh my God. I'm covering all of it over at twitch.tv/DomoSenpai TV. I hope y'all tune in and, you know, check it out with your boy. We're gonna be doing it big over at Twitch. Hopefully y'all come through, support, donate, do what y'all need to do, because we cover these things live. I really appreciate that. But anyways, this chapter was perfect. Let me know what y'all thought about the chapter down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new. Share this with other Gachiakuta fans. You know what I mean? Overall, like I said, it was a fantastic read, bro. It balanced everything. Action, strategy, character development, all insanely well. The rescue of Ryo, the looming threat of Zodil, Kuro still scheming, and Rudo and Follow coming up with a great plan made this such an engaging chapter, man. I was happy. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. We gotta wait 2 weeks. We gotta wait 2 weeks, man. We gotta wait 2 weeks. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go edit this video. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. As y'all know, man, it's DomoSenpai, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.